If you're here, you probably searched something like meditation for beginners because you want to finally get control of your restless, racing mind. Maybe you're stressed beyond your limit, exhausted from anxiety, or you're sick of seeing meditation pushed everywhere without a clear explanation of how it actually works. Good news. You found the right place. And even better, I'm not here to waste your time with empty promises about instant enlightenment or magical shortcuts to inner peace. If you stay until the end, I'll also hand you a special bonus, a free meditation guide that genuinely works, even if you've tried meditation before and failed miserably. So if you're skeptical, frustrated, or fed up with fake self-help advice from snake oil sages and Zenpreneurs, trust me, you're exactly who this video is made for. Now, before we dive into the technique, there's something you absolutely must understand, and this part might make you uneasy, which is exactly why you need to hear it. Meditation is everywhere, promoted by everyone from self-help hustlers and spiritual bros to unqualified crapstrologers who've discovered meditation last week and now present themselves as gurus. These people will convince you meditation is harmless, that it's always beneficial, a guaranteed path to tranquility. But here's the brutal reality no one is telling you. Meditation can become incredibly dangerous if you approach it incorrectly. Done improperly, and trust me, millions of beginners do it wrong, meditation isn't just harmlessly ineffective. It can open you up to serious psychological dangers, destabilize your mental state, and expose you to manipulation methods that have been used for centuries by cults and brainwashing movements to fracture a person's identity and sense of control. Let me explain. Most beginners jump straight into meditation thinking the biggest risk is boredom or wasted time. If only it were that simple. The truth is much darker. Improper meditation, especially when taken from viral TikTok challenges or random internet influencers, can actually trigger severe psychological issues. It can lead you straight into dissociation, a state where you feel completely detached from your emotions, your surroundings, and even your sense of self. You start feeling numb or distant, almost like you're watching your life from the outside, disconnected from everything that once mattered. This isn't enlightenment, this is early-stage psychological instability. And guess what? Cult recruiters, manipulative organizations, and dangerous groups actively look for people who've been softened by misguided meditation practices. Why? Because once you start losing your psychological grounding, you're far more suggestible, far easier to control. You may think I'm exaggerating, but consider this. Cults historically use meditative practices precisely because meditation, when poorly guided, can drastically reduce your psychological defenses. You become more suggestible, your critical thinking weakens, and slowly, subtly, you can lose control over your own decision-making. Meditation is powerful, but it's not a toy. It's a tool that, when misused, can lead to dissociation, emotional numbness, personality fragmentation, and even severe anxiety or panic attacks. So, when you're following random meditation techniques taught by inexperienced snake oil sages who have no grasp of how your brain actually works, you're essentially gambling with your own mental health. And if you've ever wondered why the online meditation methods you've tried left you feeling confused or worse, it's because most of these methods weren't built for your stressed modern brain. They were copied and pasted from ancient monastic practices designed for people who lived far away from the relentless chaos of modern life. Trying to shove a 1,000-year-old monastic practice into your hyper-connected, overstimulated nervous system is a recipe for disaster. Your brain isn't built to shift instantly from constant scrolling and notifications to absolute silence. Without proper preparation, forced silence and extreme meditative practices can trigger fight or flight responses in your nervous system, flooding your body with stress hormones, adrenaline, and cortisol, the exact opposite of the peace you're hoping for. That's the hidden danger. But let's shift gears now because, despite all these risks, meditation can actually be incredibly beneficial when done correctly. Let me explain exactly how meditation really works from a physiological and neurological standpoint without the fluff or mysticism. Your autonomic nervous system has two main modes: sympathetic, the fight or flight response, and parasympathetic, the rest and digest state. Most people are stuck in sympathetic overdrive, chronically stressed, anxious, and hyper-alert. Proper meditation works by guiding your nervous system from sympathetic overload into a parasympathetic, restful state. The switch between these two modes is controlled mainly by a nerve called the vagus nerve. Think of the vagus nerve like a safety alarm system for your brain. It constantly scans your body and environment, deciding if you're safe or if you need to panic. Correct meditation practices use this biological pathway to gently reassure your nervous system, convincing your brain and body that it's safe to relax, rest, and recover. When done properly, meditation directly influences your vagus nerve through specific breathing patterns. Breathing deeply isn't always helpful. In fact, aggressive deep breaths can signal to your brain that something is wrong, triggering more anxiety, not less. What actually helps is gentle breathing, especially focusing on longer, calmer exhales. Extending your exhale activates the vagus nerve directly, sending signals of safety and relaxation to your brain. This shifts you naturally from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic mode, allowing your muscles to unclench, your heart rate to slow, and your mind to find clarity. Over time, consistent meditation done correctly reshapes your brain through something called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is your brain's ability to adapt by forming new neural pathways based on repeated experiences. When you regularly practice safe meditation, gently observing your breath, lengthening your exhalations, and calmly noticing your thoughts without obsessing or fighting them, you strengthen the pathways associated with calm, non-reactivity, and emotional balance. You're literally teaching your brain to experience stillness as safe rather than threatening. You're also decreasing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, improving your emotional regulation, and rewiring your brain's habitual responses to stress and anxiety. Now let me give you a basic, safe meditation practice you can try right away. Just the first step to get you started safely. Begin by simply sitting comfortably with your eyes closed and start observing your natural breathing pattern. Don't try to change anything yet. Just notice your breath as it is. Once you're aware of your breath, gently start making your exhales a little longer than your inhales. No dramatic breaths, no forced breathing, just gently extend each exhale. As thoughts come into your mind, and they definitely will, don't try to push them away. Instead, notice them without judgment, like clouds passing in the sky. You're not emptying your mind. You're building a safe container for your mind to rest and unwind naturally. That's step one. Simple, safe, and scientifically sound. But let's be clear. What you've just learned is only the beginning. It's crucial to have a structured, scientifically grounded practice, one that matches your modern lifestyle and psychological needs. That's why I've created a complete free meditation guide designed specifically for beginners. It breaks down the entire process step by step, giving you a proven framework to follow safely. You need this guide if you truly want to avoid psychological pitfalls, reduce anxiety sustainably, and achieve lasting clarity. Download your free complete meditation guide now using the link in the description below. This isn't optional. If you genuinely want to meditate safely and effectively, you need this full system, not random advice from people who barely know how meditation really works. If you found this video valuable, consider following the channel, but only if you genuinely want more clarity. In the next video, we'll discuss what is meditation and clear up myths most people still blindly believe. You'll see exactly why meditation is not what you've been told, and how knowing the truth can dramatically accelerate your progress.